Before we begin, make sure you're somewhere quiet. Turn off the lights. Put on your headphones. Because the stories you're about to hear aren't just scary. These are the kinds of experiences people don't talk about. If you enjoy true horror stories, unsettling encounters, and disturbing events that happen to real people, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's begin. People think Walmart is safer during the day. Families, kids, employees everywhere, cameras watching every aisle. That's what I thought too. I was 19 and working as a cashier at a Walmart in a suburban area. Day shifts only. I preferred them, less creepy, less exhausting, less weirdness. Also, I thought. The man first appeared on a Tuesday afternoon. I noticed him because he had a full cart and no items inside it. He stood near the self-checkout area, hands resting on the handle, slowly rocking back and forth. He didn't scan anything. Didn't move toward a register. Didn't leave. Just stood there. I assumed he was waiting for someone. An hour passed. He was still there. I rotated registers and ended up working customer service, which gave me a clear view of the front of the store. The man pushed his empty cart a few feet forward, then stopped again. That's when I realized something else. He wasn't looking at the machines. He was looking at people. Specifically, young women. Not staring openly. Just watching reflections in the glossy screens. Tracking movement. Memorizing patterns. I told my supervisor. She sighed. As long as he's not stealing or bothering anyone, we can't do much. That should have been the end of it. But he came back the next day. And the next. Always during peak hours. Always with an empty cart. Always standing near checkout. I started paying attention to the details. He wore the same jacket every time. Heavy. Too heavy for summer. The sleeves were frayed, and one cuff was darkened, like it had been stained repeatedly and never fully washed. His shoes left faint wet marks on the floor. Not water. Something thicker. One afternoon, a girl from apparel didn't come back from her break. Her name was Melissa. She was 16. They found her phone in the family bathroom near the back of the store. The stall door was locked from the inside. No one was there. Security reviewed the footage. They saw Melissa enter the hallway. They saw the man with the empty cart pass by seconds later. Then the cameras glitched. Only for 30 seconds. When they came back, the hallway was empty. The store stayed open. Management said it was a personal matter. Told us not to speculate. But the man kept coming. Now, sometimes his cart wasn't empty. Sometimes there'd be a backpack inside. Sometimes folded clothes. Sometimes a phone. I realized something horrifying after a few weeks. The items in his cart matched things that had been reported missing. A pink hoodie. A cracked phone case. A child's shoe. I watched him one afternoon as he stood directly in front of my register. He smiled at me. Up close, I noticed his teeth were stained dark near the gums. His breath smelled sour, metallic. "You look tired," he said. I didn't respond. "You should be careful walking out alone," he added softly. My hands were shaking so badly I had to step away. That night, I searched local news articles. 3 missing girls. All last seen at Walmart. Different stores. Same region. Same time of day. All during busy hours. I reported everything to management again. This time, they called security. 2 guards approached him near self-checkout. I watched from a distance. They spoke calmly. Asked him to leave. He nodded. Pushed his cart toward the exit. Stopped just before the doors. Turned around. And said something that made one of the guards physically step back. They escorted him out. I never saw him again. But the store changed after that. Certain bathrooms were locked permanently. Camera maintenance became constant. Employees were told never to work alone. Weeks later, police arrested a man miles away. In his car, they found bags of personal items. Clothes. Phones. Shoes. All traced back to Walmart stores. During the interrogation, he said something that stuck with me. "I liked Walmart," he told them. "No one notices you there." I quit the next day. And even now, years later, when I stand in a checkout line and see someone with an empty cart just watching, I don't wait to find out why. Most people think the Walmart parking lot is safer than the store itself. Bright lights. Open space. Cameras everywhere. That belief almost got me killed. I was 24 and working closing shifts at a Walmart in a mid-sized town. Not overnight, just late. My shifts usually ended around 11:30 p.m., sometimes midnight if things ran late. By the time I clocked out, the store felt hollow. Customers thinned out. Employees moved faster. Everyone wanted to leave. I parked far out in the lot because closer spots were always taken during my shift. It was annoying, but I'd done it so many times that it stopped bothering me. Until one night in early winter. The air was cold enough to sting my lungs. The parking lot lights buzzed overhead, casting long shadows between rows of cars. I walked alone, keys between my fingers like I'd been taught, eyes scanning left and right. Halfway to my car, I noticed a sedan idling a few rows over. That wasn't unusual by itself. People waited for rides all the time. But this car wasn't near the entrance. It was parked deep in the lot, engine running, headlights off. As I unlocked my car, I heard a door open. I looked up. A man stepped out of the sedan. He didn't look rushed. Didn't look angry. Just casual. He leaned against his door and watched me. "Hey," he called out. "You work here, right?" I nodded, already opening my car door. "My wife's inside," he said. "She's been gone a while. Do you know if they're closing early?" Something about his voice made my skin crawl. Too calm. Too rehearsed. "They're still open," I said quickly and got into my car. I locked the doors immediately. The man smiled. I pulled out of the spot and started driving toward the exit. As I passed his row, I saw him get back into his car. His headlights came on. And he followed me. At first, I told myself it was coincidence. The lot only had a few exits. Lots of people left at the same time. But he didn't turn when I did. I turned right. He turned right. I slowed down. He slowed down. I sped up. He stayed exactly behind me. I drove past the exit. So did he. My heart started pounding. I circled the lot once, then twice, weaving through empty rows. The sedan stayed with me the entire time, never honking, never getting closer, just maintaining distance. Like he didn't want me to panic yet. I finally pulled back toward the store entrance, hoping there'd be security or employees outside. That's when the car pulled up alongside me. The window rolled down. The man leaned over, smiling wider than before. "You forgot something," he said. "I don't know you," I snapped. He laughed softly. "You will." I slammed the brakes and swerved sharply, barely missing a cart corral. His car overshot me by a few feet before stopping. That gave me enough time to gun it toward the entrance and park right in front of the store. I ran inside, shaking. Security walked me back out 20 minutes later. The sedan was gone. They told me it was probably just someone messing around. "Parking lots bring out weirdos," the guard said. I wanted to believe him. 2 nights later, I found a note tucked under my windshield wiper. It was a receipt. Walmart receipt. Dated from the night he followed me. On the back, written in shaky pen, were 4 words. Wrong car. Next time. I stopped parking far out after that. Then I stopped closing shifts. Then I quit. Months later, police arrested a man linked to multiple disappearances along the highway near our town. His car was a sedan. Same color. Same model. In his trunk, they found zip ties, duct tape, and several Walmart receipts. Every receipt had a timestamp between 11:30 p.m. and midnight. Every receipt was from a Walmart parking lot. To this day, when I walk to my car at night, I check my mirrors. Because sometimes danger doesn't rush you. Sometimes it follows. Quietly. Waiting for you to make one mistake. If you've ever been inside a Walmart late at night, you already know how wrong it feels. The lights are too bright. The aisles feel too long. And everything echoes, footsteps, carts, distant voices, like the building itself is listening. I learned that the hard way when I worked overnight stocking at a Walmart just off the highway. I was 22, broke, and desperate for hours. The night shift paid more, and management promised it was quiet. Easiest money you'll ever make, they said. They were wrong. My shift ran from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. After midnight, the store locked its main doors. Anyone still inside was either an employee or someone who had no intention of leaving. That was the first rule they taught us. If you see someone after closing who shouldn't be here, don't approach them alone. They didn't explain why. The first few weeks were normal. Boring, even. We stocked shelves, joked around, and listened to the hum of fluorescent lights. The store felt massive at night, bigger than during the day, like the darkness outside stretched the walls inward. Then I noticed aisle 17. Aisle 17 was seasonal storage. Most nights, it was empty. No reason for customers to be there. No reason for employees either, unless inventory was off. But around 2 a.m., I started hearing movement there. Not footsteps. Not carts. Breathing. Slow. Heavy. Close. The first time, I assumed it was another worker messing with me. I stepped into the aisle and called out a name. No answer. The shelves were full, but something felt off, like the air was thicker there. Warmer. I remember noticing how quiet it suddenly got. No carts. No distant voices. Just the buzz of lights and my own breathing. Then I saw the cart. It was empty, sitting sideways halfway down the aisle, blocking it. And behind it, someone was crouching. I couldn't see their face at first. Just the top of a head and shoulders rising and falling as they breathed. They weren't wearing a vest. No name tag. No Walmart colors. Store's closed, I said, trying to sound confident. You need to head to the front. The breathing stopped. Slowly, too slowly, the person stood up. It was a man. Middle-aged. Dirty jacket. Eyes sunken and wide, like he hadn't slept in days. He smiled at me, but it wasn't friendly. It was relieved. Like he was glad someone finally noticed him. You're not supposed to see me yet, he said. My stomach dropped. Before I could respond, he grabbed the cart and pushed it past me, brushing my arm as he went. His skin was ice cold. I reported it to a supervisor. They nodded like they'd heard it before. Probably just someone hiding out, they said. Happens more than you'd think. That should have been the end of it. It wasn't. Over the next month, people started disappearing from the store. Not customers. Employees. One guy from electronics just stopped showing up. Management said he quit. Then a girl from apparel vanished mid-shift. Her vest was found folded in the break room. A janitor quit after claiming he heard someone whispering his name from inside the locked bathrooms. Then it was my turn. One night, around 3:30 a.m., my scanner stopped working in aisle 17. The handheld froze, screen flickering. I cursed under my breath and walked toward the back office to swap it out. That's when the store went quiet. Too quiet. The lights in the main aisle dimmed slightly, just enough to notice. Then the PA system crackled to life. At first, it was static. Then a voice came through. Not management. Not automated. It sounded close. Breathy. Familiar. Cleanup needed in aisle 17. My blood went cold. That message hadn't come from the front desk. I knew because I was standing near the office, and no one was there. The message repeated. Cleanup needed in aisle 17. I didn't go. Instead, I hid in the employee bathroom and locked the door. I stayed there for almost an hour, listening to footsteps pass back and forth outside. Heavy footsteps. Dragging something. In the morning, management called an emergency meeting. They told us aisle 17 was being sealed off of maintenance. They told us not to talk about the overnight incidents. They told us anyone who did would be terminated. I quit that same day. 2 weeks later, I saw a news article about a body found behind a Walmart, stuffed inside a compacted cardboard bale. The article said the suspect had been living inside the store for months. They never mentioned aisle 17. But I still dream about it. About the breathing. About the PA system calling my name. And about how, if I'd answered that call, no one would have noticed I was gone until morning.